Howdy, Possum Patty here, and yepers, I am outside. What a gorgeous day today. Not a cloud in the sky, sunshine, not a drop of rain today. No, perfect day today. I love this weather. It is simply gorgeous. Well, I'm outside and I want to share a few things with you. And the first is back there behind me, right there, my fairy. I had Mr. Possum move her from this little picnic area to out there where the ferns are. And he's like, why would you want the fairy out in the woods? I said, well, the fairy does belong out there with the ferns, and it's not quite in the woods. She's not surrounded by trees. No, she's surrounded by ferns. And then he wanted to chop the ferns down. I'm like, no, don't chop the ferns down. The fairy is on a stump over there where we had some tree service done. And yeah, and she has lovely ferns growing all around her. And I did some planting. I'm going to show you where I put my markers around the yard. I recorded that the other day, but I'll pop that in here. And then I was out here earlier with Mr. Possum, and he decided I needed another project. Yes, a new project to do. Well, while we were at Walmart today, I picked up something new to share with you. Fun art supplies. Yes, to go along with the project that Mr. Possum wants me to do. So, you know, he can't complain that I bought some new art supplies, can he? No. Okay, well, come on along and I'll pop in some video that I took of when I was planting around the yard. And, oh, I have to go over there and show you the project that Mr. Possum wants me to do. And then we'll go inside and we'll share some new art supplies. Come on along. I came out early this morning and I planted my gifted marigold seeds all around in this rock island. I will keep them watered and let's see what will grow. This is where I planted my Dollar Tree zinnia seeds. And I made a circle of them right there around that, which I think is dianthus. It's not flowering yet. And I planted a few sunflower seeds next to the wall in front of the daisies. We have this sundial in the front yard, and Mr. Possum has it sitting on a big flat rock. And there's a marble planter. I need to put some seeds in that. And for some reason, he put this little flat rock right there on the end. And he thinks I should paint a picture on there. Yeah, so that'll be my new project, rock painting. My new art supplies are the Sharpie new creative markers. Pops on light and dark surfaces. No bleed, has a paint effect, but there no bleed through the paper. We shall see about that. And no prepping or priming needed. Colors layer without blending. Boldly marks on paper, metal, wood, ceramic, glass, rock, and canvas. Water resistant and fade resistant. So if I paint the rock, I'm probably going to have to seal it with something. No bleed through on paper. So we're going to try these out. I've got my journal here and I did a little prep work. Creative markers. I have the bullet tip on that side and the brush tip on that side. And I did put some black paper on there so I can write on the white and the black and see how they pop. I divided it up into 12 sections somewhat evenly. Not exactly, but somewhat evenly, because I wanted to get all 12 markers on each page to compare them. And I'm just thinking, you know what? I should have done them side by side, but I didn't. That's okay. Let's not worry about it. I've got washable markers on here, and I've got all kinds of crayons on here. So we're going to play with these paint markers. I just thought of something. I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock, just regular cardstock, so we can test it on there and see if it'll bleed through regular cardstock. Because this is mixed media paper, and it might not have bled through here anyway. Okay, so my journal is prepped. I've got some cardstock there. I'm so excited. I need to open this up. Get them all out. And these are the brush tips, which are smaller than the bullet tips. And there's a little tag here. Paint effect, no bleed. Okay. And it did say something here about, oh yes, for best results, shake before use and store markers horizontally. And you know what? In the store, you know, they got them on this blister pack with a hanger. So in the store, they've been hanging. So I'm probably going to have to shake them up really well. So give me a few seconds to do that. Well, I just had a duh moment because even though they were hanging in the blister pack, now that I look at the pack that the pens are actually in, they do have them going horizontally. So even though it's hanging up, they are horizontal. Because, you know, a lot of times you get pens in a pack and they're packed this way and that wouldn't be horizontal. So that was duh. Duh. Okay, no problem. No problem. We'll keep working on it. Okay. Now, do they have names? Store horizontally, shake before using, creative marker. There's no names on there. I'm looking for color names. For some reason, Sharpie does not put a color name or color number on the marker itself. It does give you the color on the tip there. I'm looking on the Blick Art Supplies website, and it does list the colors as red, orange, yellow, green, light teal, dark teal, blue, purple, pink, white, gray, and black. So we're going to go with Dick Blick. Okay, now these markers are ink, but they're supposed to be a paint-like ink, and you're supposed to get like a paint effect. And again, these are the brush tips. The brush tip marker. Looks like a nice tip. So the first color is red. Ooh, writes very nicely. And it didn't go through the cardstock. Maybe I should find a different piece of paper. This is my diamond painted owl sketchbook. And I've only colored in here with pencil, with graphite pencil and colored pencils. So I'm going to turn to the back. I can see where these are going to be really nice for mixed media. All right, let me flip the page here. This is very thin paper. And I don't want to close it all the way, but yeah, it didn't really bleed through. I can see, wait a minute, there we go. I can see it because it's a dark color and this is thin paper, but I don't see any bleeding. I don't see any bleeding. All right, so we're going to write, number 1 is red. And let's see how it pops on black. All right, we'll give it a second to dry and see how that looks. So far, so good. The next color is orange. Yellow. green, light teal. Ooh, what a gorgeous color that is. Dark teal. Blue. Purple. So what do you think so far, huh? I think I could have a play with these. I wonder how they're going to look on the rock. I still think I need, ooh, look at the pink, to put a primer on the rock though. This would be a great project for kids though, right? When you collect some of those little flat rocks and you have them draw some art and you leave them everywhere. White. Okay, I should have put a little black thing there, right? Because it's not going to show up. That's all right. We'll write it there anyway. You can see it there. How silly of me, Possum Patty. Gray. Gray. And of course the black on black here. I got white on white and black on black. Black on black. Okay, so, wow. They cover very nicely, and except for the black, they do pop on the black paper, and except for the white, they do pop on the white paper. Yes, and we didn't check the back. We'll check the back. No, they didn't go through. These might be, you know, besides rock painting, these might be really good for journaling. Yes, decorating journal pages if it doesn't bleed through. Okay, we're going to try these in a regular journal page very soon, yes. Because when I get a new toy, I like to play with it. Okay, I'm going to open up the bullet tips. It says water-based acrylic markers. That's probably why they don't bleed through. Okay, on the brush tip, it does say shake before use and store markers horizontally. But on the bullet tip, it says store markers horizontally, but does not say shake. Does not say shake. So these don't have a shaker in it, and let me show you. See, these are the same colors, but look at the difference in size. The bullet tips are much bigger, and there's no shaker inside. So we're gonna go with the same colors. Orange. It's a squeaky tip. Yellow. It looks very juicy when it comes out. Probably have to give it a minute to dry. See, now this is why I should have done them back to back, so I can compare them. Green. Oh, here, you know what we'll do? Okay, we'll do this. Okay, bullet tip, because that was not good planning. Brush tip. Okay, bullet tip, brush tip. Give that a second to dry and we'll see how that comes out. Okay, we're going to go for the light teal. Some people might not like the squeaky noise. Blue, my color of the year. Of course, this black paper does have a linen texture to it. Purple. I'm thinking it has the same product inside. Pink is next. Where's pink? Just different tips. I'm kind of liking that brush tip maybe a little better than the bullet tip. Now these markers come in different size sets. I got these at Walmart, and this was the only size that they had. The only size they had were the 12, which is fine because I wanted to try all the colors anyway. Okay. And let's go back and look at this a little closer. See, I think the brush tip has a nicer coverage, actually. Very, very slight difference between the brush and the bullet. But I like the brush. Yes, I do. I like the brush. Okay, let's try the bullet on here. And that little journal didn't go through. I guess if you wanted to cover a larger area, that this big fat tip would work really well. You can get a finer line with the brush tip. You can't do that with the bullet tip. I mean, I can see it because it's a dark color and thin paper, but it did not bleed through. So we'll give this a thumbs up for not bleeding through. We'll give it a thumbs up for colors. I like the color selection. We'll give it a thumbs up for popping on black. And can you think of anything else? Okay, very quickly, let's just try one more thing. It says if you put down one color, you can put another color on top of it. Looks like it's still wet. I wonder if you have to wait for it to dry. But that looks pretty good to me. Well, thanks for coming along today and allowing me to share my new fun art supplies, my Sharpie creative markers with water-based acrylic ink paint inside. Yes, that was a lot of fun. I do enjoy my colors and making those little swatches, but I am really looking forward to trying them out, you know, when I do some journaling in my journals and maybe some mixed media. Oh, and the rock. Yeah, I'm going to try them out on that rock outside too. Yes, we got to get that done. So thanks for coming along today and happy arting. Bye-bye now. When in doubt, play dead. Life advice from an unexpected source. Know your best and worst angles, but don't stress if people don't see you the way you'd like them to. Help others see the best in themselves, and you'll always be beautiful to them.